Video for exercise 3 of lesson 10. So for this exercise, what I need you to do is open up a new HTML file and entitle it exercise 3. Hopefully you can somewhere locate a file where you have a basic HTML page and you can copy and paste it, so you begin with something that looks like this here on this page. We are now going to add lists within the cells of the columns, and there's an image on the table that includes unordered and ordered lists on the next page, and I want you to just look at the image and see if you can duplicate it. So here's the image, here's the table that I'd like you to create, and in order to do so, the first thing that we need to do is we need to add in the table tags amongst the body, inside the body section. So we'll open the table tag, and just so the table shows up, let's give it a border of 2, because as I mentioned in class, a table by default will not appear unless it is given a border. So once we've done that, let's start off by adding a row, because this table does have 2 rows, so we'll start by adding a row. And in the first row there are 2 cells, or 2 places for data to be kept, and so what we need to do there is add an opening and a closing TD tag, and because there are 2 of those, I'm just going to copy and paste. In between we have unordered lists, and I'm just going to copy this word here and make this a capital, and ordered lists. It's interesting to note that you'll notice the text is italicized, and that we can do that no problem by adding the I tag to both sides, opening and closing. So there we go for that part. Now that's finished, so what we need to do is we need to close that row in order for it to work properly. Next we see that there is one more row with 2 columns. A bit more complex. This is where your list knowledge will come in. Open up the row, and there is 2 cells here. First cell, TD tag, and an ending TD tag. So what we need to do here is we need to copy that and paste it, because we do have a couple of those. So within the first one, we need to give ourselves some space here. And within the first one, the way I want to format this, because there's an unordered list in the first one, is we need to use this UL tag, and to give it a type which will define the bullets. I'm going to say those look like diamonds. So I'm going to call it diamond, close that. So that gives us the list. And then if you recall, for each list item, you must add the LI tag. However, you do not need to close the LI tag in order for it to work. So because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, instead of typing all the LI tags out, I'm just going to copy this and paste it 7 times. Now I'll change the text to read the same that it reads on the visual there. So sodium, potassium, rubidium. Getting your science knowledge, playing with that knowledge as well here. And the last one, francium. Okay, so that's nice. Now what we need to do is we need to close the unordered list tag, and then subsequently close the TD tag, which we've done. So that takes care of that cell. what we need to do next is take care of this cell. And you'll notice that it's a different type of list. Instead of being an unordered, it uses numbers, so that therefore it makes it an ordered list. Now we need to define the type, and we want to use numbers, so we'll make the type 1, saying that we want to use numbers. So now what we need to do is we need to add the li tag, because that's how you add these in. And I'm just going to copy this and type it 6 times and paste it, I mean. So first one's helium, second one is neon, argon, krypton, and it always does that. For some reason it's a shortcut that I have set up on my keyboard. Xenon, and radon. Now we must close the ordered list tag, and then go ahead and save it. So this should theoretically be the coding for that table. Let's take a look at it and see. Go ahead and save it and refresh, and there you have it. Looks very, very similar. Nicely done. So great jobs, and grade 9s, and once you've successfully created this, we will continue on by adding a column span to the table displaying text 13 with text 13 elements. So what we need to do is we need to add the column span in, well, we actually need to add another row. So I'm going to add that right now. And do a call span, and this is equal to 2 because we want it to do 2 columns, and the text in between we want to say 13 elements. Okay. Now we also want to add strong, or I'm going to use bold because that's a shorter one to use there. And the B tag. Change the background color to a hex code using green. Well, I'm just going to, given my RGB knowledge, 00 F1 00, and the table should look something like this. Now let's see if ours does. We didn't give it white text though, so, and my computer has frozen up for some unknown reason. There we go, here it comes back. So it's still gonna, okay, so it didn't give us, and the reason it didn't is because we didn't make, we got a table border, tr, call span 2, bg color, ff, try that. And it should work, I don't know why it's not. Maybe what we had to do first is tr. Okay, yep. Right here we need to add a tb. Forgot about that. Okay, so that gives us 1. Now I need to give us the other one as well. Okay, so that's given us those two. The call span actually does not go there. It'll actually go there. And there we go. And then what we do from there is we delete the second one of these, save it, and there we go. Now we could center the text as well by using the center tag. Or div align would also work. But there you go. We could also change the font if we wanted to white, but let's just leave it like that. So very good. Great work. You've able to create a call span and table with row with ordered lists and unordered lists. Great job, grade 9s.